Of the three main types of styles out there, finger, gangam, and doggy, only one of them is acceptable to speak of on this channel. So today we're going to learn a pretty cool finger picking pattern that is simple. We're only going to use actually one finger on your fretting hand to kind of work on creating some muscle memory and maybe just kind of like a cool intro into fingerstyle guitar if you've never really tried it. It's really easy to do and it sounds great. It's going to sound like this. So, really, what I've got going on in my fretting hand is nothing special. I'm really holding down one note at a time. All of it comes from your picking hand, most people's right hand, right? So what we have to do is kind of talk about some of the principles of fingerstyle guitar. And what we're gonna start out with is using your thumb to skip between the low E and the D string. Okay, so we're gonna create like a real cool like back and forth. E, D, E, D. Now, if you notice, if you look at my hand right now, my wrist is pretty stable. I'm not going like E, D, E, D, trying to find it, because then I really have to kind of look and see what I'm doing. So this is all about creating repeatable patterns you don't even have to think about, so you can kind of just jump into a style, all right? So we're gonna use two fingers. Your pointer finger is gonna be responsible, assigned to the G string, and your middle finger is gonna be responsible for the B string, okay? So thumb on the low E string, thumb on the D string, pointer on the G string, middle on the B string. That's never gonna change. The thing about, I remember the first couple songs I learned fingerstyle, I would just try to hit the strings I knew I had to hit, and I wasn't really concerned about which finger it took. So really creating a pattern is what these fingerstyle patterns are all about, okay? Now if you notice, my fingers are kind of coming up through the string. Again, I'm not searching for the string and trying to hit it. It's a couple different kind of methods of getting this muscle memory in place. I kind of like having my thumb out in front and my fingers kind of coming in like this. Again, whatever works, whatever gets you kind of practicing, it'll kind of even itself out, all right? So what we're gonna do is gonna sound like that. Now I'm not even fretting anything yet because I wanna really work on the repetition of getting this. So this is one bar. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and 4 and. So this is a 4-count pattern, all right? So the 1 is gonna be thumb on the low E string. The 2 is gonna be thumb on the D string, middle finger on the B string together, creating kind of like a chord, right? So 1, 2. Could be cool just to start out just practicing that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Back and forth, real steady between the E and a combination of the D and the B, okay? Now after that, the thumb is gonna do the same thing. For the 3 and 4 counts, we're gonna go 3 and 4 and. Okay, so the 3 is gonna be the E string with your thumb, the and of 3, pointer finger up on the G string, 4 is gonna be thumb on the D string, the and of 4 up on the B string. So again, 3 and 4 and, okay? This is kind of like the pivotal part of this pattern, 3 and 4 and, all right? So practice that as long as you need to, but basically once you combine them, it's 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Now to make this a little bit more musical, I mean this in and of itself is actually a chord. Okay, this is like an E minor 7 chord. But the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this into kind of a G chord vibe. So all you do is take your middle finger, actually you know what? You have to use your middle finger. Whatever finger you wanna use, 3rd fret on the E string. This is our root note, okay? So. And what this is doing is your thumb is alternating between a G and a D, which a D is a 5th of G, G, A, B, C, D. So we're kind of getting this cool back and forth type deal going on, okay? And then in between that, you're filling in the spaces with the rest of that G chord. And that's kind of like a principle of like a lot of fingerstyle techniques. Now the one thing that we can add to this is getting your left hand a little bit more involved, or your fretting hand a little bit more involved with a hammer on, okay? So that second beat, 1, 2, when I hit the D and the B string, maybe for the and of 2, since again, we're playing 1, 2, 3, and 4 and. The and of 1 and the and of 2 are empty right now, so that would be like a good place to maybe add an embellishment or a hammer on. So what I'm gonna do is on the and of 2, 1, 2, and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm gonna hammer on with my pointer finger the D string, 2nd fret. 1, 2, and. So, if you ever see like really like fast, like kind of fingerstyle stuff, a lot of that is you're not actually playing every note with your picking hand. A lot of it is hammer-ons and pull-offs are kind of aiding in what's going on in that pattern. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay, and then you can kind of just get creative wherever you want to take it. Now, if we're doing this on a G, kind of stands to reason that we'd be in the key of G. So if we want to maybe change this pattern a little bit, all we have to do is find another note in the key of G and add it to what we have going on here. And as long as it's in that key, it's going to sound good. So another couple notes in there that I know sound good are going to be the 3rd fret on the A string, that's a C. The 5th fret on the A string is a D. And the 7th fret on the A string is an E. All of these notes are in the key of G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. Any of those notes you can add into this style and it's gonna sound pretty boss. So now if I wanna switch to the root on the A string, all I have to do is instead of alternating between the E and the D string with my thumb, now I just alternate between the A and the D string with my thumb, okay? So if I wanted to add a C, 3rd fret on the A string, now it's just. If I wanna go to the D, then the E. Okay, so maybe something I could do is I could make a progression out of this. And if I'm thinking of in like a strumming progression, like a G, C, D, E minor, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 4-count strum pattern on a G, C, D, E minor progression. I can do the same thing to maybe accompany a different guitar player, or to just take that progression and give it a totally different vibe by fingerstyling it up. So instead of going G, C, D, E, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3. G, C, D, E minor. Okay, so just one pretty simple pattern, which again, don't even worry about what your left hand is doing or your fretting hand is doing. Really kind of get this down where you don't have to look at it. All right, look, I'm looking away. Eyes are closed, no idea what's going on. Fingerstyle's intact, okay? And I swear to God, if I catch you trying to play both the G and B string with your pointer finger like this guy, no, don't do it. Get your middle finger involved. You might want to, you might feel like you're stronger with your pointer finger just being able to do it like that. But I mean, that's a lot more, you know, it's just too intense. Please don't. Just get your middle finger involved. It'll pay off in the long run. All right, so fingerstyle patterns, you can use them with any chord. You can go into more advanced chord voicings. Same deal. It's really just kind of like what chord you choose to put on this finger style picking pattern. So if there's any more that you want to kind of like talk about or learn, let me know and hit me up in the comment section, Instagram, Twitter, or the website, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks a lot.